It's been a very active and, might I say, largely disappointing year for the Indian pharma companies when it comes to inspections by the US drug regulator. First, a quick recap. India has over 650 USFDA compliant plants, the largest number outside of the US. After a hiatus of around 2 years due to COVID-19, the US drug regulator picked up the pace of physical re-inspections of plants in around Feb this year. The drug regulator hence had a backlog of plants that either needed routine inspections, those with outstanding issues where remediation was complete, and inspections which were related to new drug approvals. The outcome, it seems, has been patchy. Now, many of the companies, for example, could not successfully resolve issues that already existed. For instance, companies which had been issued an official action indicated status earlier, which essentially means the US drug regulator can withhold approvals from the plant. Either saw them continue or even escalate. Examples include Sun Pharma's Halol plant in Gujarat, which was issued an official action status in March 2020, continued to be classified with an OAI status after it was re-inspected in May 2022 and issued 10 observations. Similarly, Cipla's Goa facility too was categorized as an OAI in Feb 20 and issued a warning letter, was re-inspected this year, issued 6 observations, of which 3 were in fact repeats from the earlier inspection, and continued to be categorized as an OAI by the US drug regulator. Some examples of an escalation include Glenmark's Badi plant, which was issued a warning letter in October 2019, re-inspected and issued 7 observations this year, only for it to be issued an import alert by the US drug regulator, which means the drugs produced by the plant were not compliant with US standards. Similarly, other escalations included Lupin's Tarapur plant, Glenmark's Goa plant, and Aurobindo's Unit 1, all which already had an OAI and were eventually issued a warning letter after a re-inspection. Another example is Aurobindo's Unit 9, which had an OAI, issued 10 observations, or Lupin's Mandidi plant, which had a warning letter issued to it in 2019, was re-inspected and issued a total of 16 observations. Now, while there have been some successes such as Zydus's Moraya facility, Lupin's Goa and Somerset plants, Alembic's injectable plant, all with pending USFDA issues being successfully resolved, there is some concern on why many plants are facing a tough time. Analysts point out that it could be due to the fact that the long hiatus resulted in a gap between what the US drug regulator now wants and the remediation undertaken by the companies. Hence, the standards of what is now required might have changed. Many of the stock reactions are now quite benign when it comes to US drug issues. Reason being, a large part of the negative news might be factored in, and investors believe that companies have other growth levers and can tackle the issues eventually. For example, Sun Pharma has a strong specialty business which would compensate any loss, and Cipla has said that they are looking at transferring key products filed from Goa to other plants. But one must be aware that USFDA issues do impact business. Remediation impacts costs and drug approvals slow down. Case in point would be Biocon's biosimilar approvals held up due to issues at their Bangalore and Malaysia facilities, and the likes of Torrent, despite a strong India business, seeing a dip in the US due to 2 of their facilities being under the regulatory lens.